What's good, everybody? This is Mr. Composition, the MC that writes fiction, and we are back at it with a Black Clover prediction. And this is for Black Clover 303. And, the chapter 302, Shonen in general, Shonen Jump, was a little bit delayed. So we got the official translated version of 302 on Monday, and man, my main thing that I knew was gonna be changed was Charlotte's True Briar Magic, and I'm glad it wasn't the translated version wasn't what it was. And actually the name of the True Briar Magic she used was different. So we'll get into that, and then we'll dive into some predictions. So just to keep y'all updated on what is going down, chapter 302 was Convergence of Hope. Started off, basically Asta was the audience in this chapter. He's holding on to Lola Pachika, and you see Noelle, Real, Charlotte all doing their freaking thing, and then Luck comes in, comes into the fray. And if you look at my chapter 302 review, I talk about how I had predicted this. I knew that, Asta and Luck was going to be coming, and I was wondering, just how fast Asta was on his sword. Because Luck is freaking fast as well. So whether he was taking care of some people along the way, or if that's just how quick Asta's sword is, I'm not sure yet, but it would be cool. I might do some type of breakdown to let us know how quick Asta can move with his sword. So we get Luck's arrival. We get also this really cool attack actually prior to that with Real and his freaking picture magic master of Valhalla, and Charlotte's True Briar Magic Crimson Vine Spear. So yes, there's Crimson Vine Spear, not like braided something. It was whack. But we get a controversial moment, which is Gaja coming back. Now, a lot of people were upset at this because it seems to be like a bait and switch as far as deaths within Black Clover. I think we're definitely gonna get a major death within, this arc. And people are thinking that it still may be Gaja. I'm not sure. I feel like that there is a possible way for either Asta or somebody else to cancel the effects of Real's spell. Now, it was pointed out with several different YouTubers that Real actually activated his spell, which helps as far as, each of his comrades. He activated that spell before Gaja even got freaking penetrated by Lola Pachika through his abdomen. So it makes sense in the sense of what his particular spell can do. What that's gonna have afterwards, we're not sure yet. So that's one thing to take into consideration. For me, I don't think it was anything, bad. It makes sense in the fact that Real had made that spell, prior. So if it was afterwards, then, we'll be like, what? But it actually makes sense with what Real had said. None of the people can die, different things like that. So, take that into consideration. We see this cool side by side with Luck. And what I didn't look at before was the fact that when Luck came through side by side with Gaja, Luck was actually like hand mashing one of the freaking undead, warriors or soldiers, and then into the ground. So he like bashed his freaking head, and he has his hand like mushed into the ground. So that was like super dope. And then we get this amazing panel of all the runes that Gaja puts up, and this dope lightning, both of these lightning users going forward. Boom. The attack was so massive that it actually deteriorated Magicula, but her regenerative powers, was starting to come back as Noelle is coming through with the finishing blow. Wasn't able to do that. Magicula had some really interesting dialogue just with as far as she's having this happen to her, but she goes on to state that, even if I'm still incomplete, I'm genuinely, what did she say? Basically she's like, she's genuinely thrilled that they got it this, far, but as I thought, this is as far as you go. And you see, this really cool panel with one side Noelle, like angry, and then this other side with her. It looks like her Valkyrie armor was like deteriorating, but we see as far as these feathers that drop down, Mercury feathers, and then boom, the moment we've been waiting for. Noelle comes up like a freaking G with his Mercury magic that surrounds Noelle, and he's just all like, ooh, man, how dare you show your face in my family again? You have no idea how long I've waited for this moment. It was super glorious. Now, amazing chapter. Let's get into as far as these predictions as far as 303. Now, I feel like 303, this is going to be Mercury Magic versus Devil Magic. This is going to be some really interesting things. I think everyone's still going to be fighting as far as the undead soldiers. But this is going to be a really interesting match as far as between Magicula and Noelle. Now, looking back on what Noelle has done in regards to something like this was Dark Elf Pottery. Now, he barely even moved. He straight up was like, done deal, SG Sagami, I'm sorry if I butchered your name. I wasn't like looking at the thing. He made a really dope video as far as Mercury's mythology when it comes to evil spirits. So this is gonna be a really good fight. Make sure you check out that video. If I find it, I'll put it in the description. But I feel like this particular chapter, we're gonna be able to, we may get a flashback as far as Alcia Silver, possibly Noelle in those last moments with her and different things like that. But it's gonna be I feel like this is gonna be a hype fight. It's gonna be such a hype fight. This or the next chapter should be the final chapter for volume 30. So, at the end of a volume, it's gonna be pretty fire. So I feel like it may end on, and Zenon. I feel like it may end as far as with that. I don't think that Noelle is gonna get the finishing blow, even though, as other YouTubers mentioned before, that it actually would make sense for Noelle to get the finishing blow, being that Noelle just found out about this stuff, and even Gordon as well, like they have more emotional ties to this. Not saying Noelle doesn't, but it would make more sense. Will that be the case? I don't know. Personally, I want to see almost like a brother and sister combination attack against her. That would be super dope. Almost like father and son Kamehameha with Gohan, Goten, and Goku. That would be really cool. Let me know what y'all think about that. Like a really dope brother and sister Mercury water finishing blow. Like I feel like that would be so dope. Honestly, now this would be kind of interesting I'm just gonna put this out there because I don't know. I think this may be very, very interesting. A lot of people think that Nozel will be the next Wizard King or Ferolion. I honestly think that it may, I don't know, this may happen. But what if Nozel ended up actually being the big death in this arc? If Nozel ended up being the big death in this arc, I don't know. Like, honestly, him avenging his mother and then dying, I don't know, I feel like there would be a certain completion to that. Of course, there's more to his story. There's still, with everybody, there's like so much more to explore, you know? So it's really up in the air. You know, there's several things that I'm looking at within this and I'm all like, we'll see. But personally, my theory is we're gonna get Mercury versus Demon Magic. And I think that the end of the chapter is going to end either with Nozel doing a really amazing dope attack, maybe Nozel and Noel. Possibly Nozel will be doing something and possibly like sending Magicula to Dorothy's nightmare, you know, glamour world. That could be a possibility. The third option that I'm seeing is a transition to the Xenon and Yuno fight. So we'll see what goes down as far as with that. You know, if you like these predictions, make sure to hit the like button, hit the notification bell, leave a comment. All of these things help with the algorithm. The page is starting to get some more subscribers more quicker than the first 100, so I appreciate y'all. Hit the notification bell. Make sure to check out volume 1 of my manga, The Most Random Manga Ever. There's 11 issues in this volume, so I'm excited. It's out. You can get the digital or physical copies, or you can read 11 of the issues on my website. Link will be in the description. Some new music coming out. Lots of goodies, so make sure to hit the subscribe. Again, this is Mr. Composition, the MC that writes fiction. Peace.
Coming back to earth with a couple gems of wisdom that might take a few decades to decode. So I better get the work on. No need for second guessing, cause it was already written, or was it? Is it all predetermined or devised by your hand? No need for second guessing when you're sticking to the plan. No need for second guessing when you're sticking to the plan. Is it all predetermined or devised by your hand? No need for second guessing when you're sticking to the plan. No need for second guessing when you're sticking to the plan. Take control of what you can't control.